the dark man has come to scare you, my girl. Can't say whether he comes from this world, so you tell yourself that he's just a smoke swirl that only works for a while. For he's made of things too deep and too wild, and you can't turn him back with the mind of a child. Well, sure, his intentions are ugly and vile, though you don't know just what they are.
Hey, we are back.
Hi, everyone.
Yes, hello.
We've returned.
Yeah, we are back today with Steel, Storm, and Tempest.
Dun, dun, dun.
Since we left it in a hefty moment, where we left off is the party had just escaped from Dracula's castle. They rescued a small ferryman who turned out to be the son of the prince and presumably the princess of the Fey realm. And as you had been ported in through the portal that Red had made, that she had learned from things there, you portaled in and they came running, oh my God, my son. And that was where we left it. Is everybody back in the throne room going, wait, what? What happened? So that is where we will pick up.
Can you remind me of our person's name?
Or the prince's name?
Yeah. Or the name he gave.
Let me look.
I don't remember either.
I
That's
I could probably have it.
He did not give a name because he didn't want you to know he was the prince.
I see.
Oh yeah,
Right.
until
That's the note I
father
had.
said my son, and
You guys had no idea who he was, other than just
What
some
a,
random
what a
fairy.
wonderful thing. Like, hey, we just smashed this dude out of some glass. We're just going to pop on over to the family. What was your name again?
Yeah.
And yes, the overlay looks really cool, Shauna.
Nice. Overlay.
Shout out to Shauna.
Yeah.
An awful lot of work on
Well
this overlay.
done.
Yes.
Ever
All
evolving.
right. Yes. Revolving. Okay, so to start where we left off, you guys are all in the throne room, and the fairy, the small boy, the prince comes running up. The princess wasn't there, but the prince came running and go, "Oh, my son," and he doesn't weep, but it's close. He says, "I thought you were dead. You've been gone for so long. What happened? What happened?" And the prince turns and looks at you guys, beautiful, handsome, blonde, fey guy, and says, thank you. We will be talking, but you are dismissed." And then he takes the fairy boy and starts leading him off. Clearly, then they're chatting. Their chat goes very quiet, a mile a minute, as they walk off to the door behind the throne, which they then go through.
Okay.
Well,
And Red, yeah, you've never been here before. So you're like, this room, it's a big cavern, clearly underground of some sort, with, worked stone. But there's, pieces of dirt and stuff. And you can see a dirt tunnel going off on one side, which is the tunnel that all the rest of you came in through. Except for Lena and Red. Then behind, and it's almost like a little amphitheater in here. There's stairs and stuff, and there's a lot of very strange looking creatures and people standing around on these steps. It's fairly crowded in here right now. And there's 2 thrones on a dais in the center. And that was where the prince, the very handsome, blonde, elven looking man, had been sitting until you guys appeared. He disappears in the door that is behind the throne a little ways, on the other side of the room from you guys. And as he does so, a very tall, bear-like man turns to you all and says, "Well, you know where your quarters are." "Oh." And he looks at you, Red. "You're new."
Yeah, we're all a little new.
Are you Fey blood? Fey? You smell like
She
the mists.
God, I
This
hope
is
that's
red.
everything.
Red. All right. Well, let me get you some quarters. And you look a little confused. You got any questions?
Oh, so many questions. Where are we? How did we get here? What the hell is going on? What is their people's actual names? And also, hi, who are you?
Oh, I'm called Braun. Braun the bear.
Ron the
And
Bear. Man.
he looks like a bear who
I was
stands up
hoping
and
you were gonna
walks and talks
clarify.
like a man. Yeah. um, and the people around you, I mean, there's some that look like Lina, that are very dryad looking. There's some naiad looking. There's, all of the fae that oh, that's got to be a red cat. That's got to be a leprechaun and stuff. And it does seem like there's a mix of both Seelie and unseelie here.
Huh.
Unusually, according to legend anyway. And they've all quieted down when you guys appeared and watched this whole scene, and now they're all whispering behind their hands at each other. Did you see what happened? But there's things there you've never seen before. There's like something that looks like a long wooden tube with tiny little legs and tiny little arms, and then there's something that looks like nothing more than like a bowling ball.
Huh.
with like 50 legs going around it like a centipede, so it goes like this with legs instead of rolling. I mean, there's so many strange things there that it's almost kind of, your brain can't quite take it in. You can't quite think and really break down what you're seeing. Braun gestures to one of the side doorways, a hallway that leads out into a worked stone area, and you begin following it. It branches off a few times as he's taking you down, and during this little travel, you guys talk. And he says, "So, well, it looks like you guys used a portal to get in." So,
Yeah. So we had this little guy that we found, smashy wakey wakey, and he was like, "Oh, come with me to this place." And so we were like, "Yeah, let's get the hell out of where we are." So now we're here. We don't know where here is, so that would be question number 1, I think. I mean, I could take a wild guess.
Well, you are in the main Fey realm. There are many Fey realms. You smell like one of them, so I'm assuming that you've been there. The realm of the mists. There's the realm of the summer. There's the realm of the dark. There's the realm of water. I mean, there's a lot of them. It's Fey magic, but this one is the one where the rulers of all of them live. Each one has its own personal prince, princess, seneschal. They call themselves different things depending on how persnickety they're feeling. But here, the prince and the princess rule over all of them. So their word is the law. This realm is kind of a pocket, and they take precedent over the earth, where a lot of any gestures to your companions, these people came from. Now, where did you come from?
The same place they did.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Well, and were you running from angels, demons? What were you running from?
Politics, the world we live in. Estelle, a lot of get the hell out of there.
I see. So you didn't come in the normal way. We didn't rescue you. Something else happened.
But for future reference, how does one contact to get out again?
To get out of here?
Well, yes, I guess, but also out of where we came from, in case I don't want to be there anymore.
Okay, well, I mean, you used a portal. Can you not do that? Who did that one,
Not-
by the way?
That would be the princeling, I believe.
Oh, yeah, he's good at that. Joey!
Oh, Joey does that too.
Yeah.
And you hear like a little, almost like a bee.
Oh.
He comes in, And then poof, right in front of you, and he's almost exactly your same size. Is a little man. He's got wings, but they're not nowhere near as fancy as like the princess wings. They're like simple, almost like bumblebee wings or something, but they're not colored like that. And he's dressed in very simple homespun spun clothing. And he says, "Oh yeah, Joey's here. What you needin'?"
Actually, we need to get
Oh, look at you. You're sure a beauty. Where'd you get the little one?
home.
Home.
We
You
think
don't smell like home. I don't think you've been to home. Where have you been? And how did you get there? You all smell like the mists. How'd you get there? Nobody's supposed to go there.
you know Baba Yaga, she
Oh.
kind of like
Oh,
Makes her own rules.
yeah.
Yeah, the
You
queen of the
what you
mists.
want.
You all have met this person.
Oh, I
Yes?
haven't met her. I haven't met her.
Well,
I
we
don't.
have.
want
Oh,
to-
you mean
I don't
him?
want to meet
I-
her. She's a nightmare. I'm
Not
told.
really.
No,
Queen of the
I mean
mists.
you. Just I'm assuming your name is Joey.
Yes, I'm Joy.
Great. I'm Red. I'm turning to everybody else here now, being like, you guys already met this person? What is going on? Someone, please.
All right. You know what? No. Everybody be quiet. Be quiet. And he starts fluttering around at everybody.
Go ahead,
And he
Joey.
comes and stands in front. He sits in front of your face. He's still flying, but he poses like with his knee across his other knee, like he's sitting down, and puts his head in his hand with his wings. He's still right in the midair. And he says, "All right, so here's how it's going right now. There's a big war happening. A big war between the demons and the angels. And the demons want our world here, the earth and the Fey realms, so that they can eat it. Eat all of the evil, negative things that people like as food. And the angels, they want to take over the world and the Fey realms and stuff, so that all the good feelings and emotions that people want, they can eat as food. And we say, keep your hands off our world." And so these people, these Fabelad here, they came off the earth for us to help us out here. They pledged a little bit of a help to the prince and the princess. They got some gifts. They got to see their much, much better Fey forms than their really ugly human forms. And I mean, yeah, you got to say it's an improvement, right? And he turns to you, Chris, and says, I mean, look at this. Look at this manly, stonish kind of guy right here. That's so much better than being just a squishy skin guy, right?
I don't know. The squishy skin guy is he's all right.
Ah,
No, you're not making it any better.
that's not my job. My job is to, when you guys call me, get you out of a tough pickle, or to spy on you if you're doing something you're not supposed to be doing, or to spy on you if you are doing something you're supposed to be doing and you might need some help.
Remember,
So-
Joey, when I was on the roof and I had just been skewered by a large ass fucking arrow javelin thing, and you didn't do anything to help me?
That's
Yeah,
because
don't
I
say
wasn't
you're
over
helping.
there. I was over trying to make sure we could have some portals on the other side. He pulls a drink out of nowhere.
Okay. So, Joey, quick question. If the demons want to come and eat all the bad things, why wouldn't you let them just come eat all the bad things?
Oh, yeah.
I get not wanting to deal with the angels, because like if the angels are going to eat the good things,
They
like, you
don't
want
come by themselves.
Yeah, well, you guys have seen. You tell her.
It's
I know
not
she
how you're
won't listen to
imagining.
me.
The
Yeah,
good things and the
Yeah.
bad things.
You tell her.
it's like, so the angels force you to feel nothing but positive emotions against your will, and then they feed off of that.
And then
And-
you have nothing.
You become a zombie.
You become kind of a zombie, and then
Not pleasant.
yeah, and then the bad things
just
kind
the
of
opposite.
it's the opposite, and they also kill you.
Got it.
So they're both kind of dicks.
Yeah.
Well, that tracks for literally every amount of lore I've ever read.
Yeah, doesn't it?
that's- There you go. And of course, us, the prince and the princess, they have said, we must defend this world. And so we're kind of freedom fighters after a fashion, right? We're going to keep it free of both of them because we belong here and they don't.
I mean, the world is where we keep all our stuff.
Yeah. Well, and we're
So-
in that world too. It's just a different part of it.
That's where my dog is, and she's probably really hungry right now.
I feel like that's the strongest argument here. Like, yeah, but that's where my pets are, and
Yeah.
so I will defend it all.
My little cat Gwen is home, probably scratching at the food cabinet.
Mine will have found every ounce of food in the vicinity.
I mean-
well, unfortunately, as you guys found the other time, time runs different here than it does on the mortal part of this world. So you don't need to worry too much.
Okay.
The other
Unless you
thing,
never go back, which, that's what I would be tempted to do. I guess. After you, any gestures to the two of you with the three of you with wings, after you've flown, how can you go back?
Frankly, you're absolutely right. Totally great. Here's the ideal: the ability to hop back and forth. I mean, which is really what I'm asking for here. Just I just want to be here when I want to be here, and be home when I want to be home. Like time
Okay.
turner.
That would be
Well,
nice.
it kind of comes that way anyway.
mean-
because when you're not actively working for the prince and the princess, then you get kind of bumped from this realm because you're not actually Fae. You're Fae blood.
But
Now,
like,
do you know what? Do you know? Oh! Did you tell her what Fae blood is?
no, we haven't had
No.
the chance. We
we
kind
were
of
told to shut up so you could do it.
yeah, Joey.
Then shut up.
Well, get on with it, Joey.
Oh my goodness.
Joey goes and lands on Mel Havoc's head.
Funny, I was
and perches there and starts doing this with your eyebrows, Chris, from above.
I grab him by the wings. I'm like, come on.
He's like,
Come on.
Yeah, no, you love me. I save your life a lot, or I will. I don't know if I saved. Yeah, I did save your life. Anyway, so
I'd
what
have been
Fae
okay.
blood is means that you're a mortal person. That somewhere in your genealogy, someone had a little dalliance with some fairies.
I would pick
can
out
you
exactly
blame
who.
them? Mhm. And that means that our blood rings true. It doesn't ever go away. It stays with you for the rest of your life. You just don't know it. It's what gives you the ability to have a certain strong intuition, or to have dreams that come true, or to understand things that other people don't understand, or to be one kind of with the animals, or so many things. And you are all clearly Fae blood, or any gestures to each of you with the wings and the horns and the trees, and he fluffs Lena's leaves a little bit. He's like, yeah, none of this would show up if you weren't Fae blood. Even though it has to be sparked like this by the prince or the princess. Although they didn't do yours, I'm told. So who did yours? Who woke up your Fae blood? Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about other people in this realm? Just like a quick gauge.
I like them better than the angels and the demons.
Great. Baba Yaga went up, boop, and here we are.
Oh, that's interesting news. Well, if I was you, I would be telling the prince and the princess about that, because that means that she's putting her nose in some places.
I don't really want to make enemies of anybody here, so what if I just didn't know that was a bad thing?
Oh, nobody said it was a bad thing. I'm pretty sure, knowing Baba Yaga, that you didn't have any choice in the matter. She's not good about choice, which is why the prince and the princess are kind of mad at her.
Which sounds like all more reason for me to not just
And eating mortal children. I mean, there's a lot of us that do that, all things being equal, but
I mean, not cool, Joey.
yeah, I know. I don't do it. I'm not even like that at all. All I do is maybe, dump buckets of water on people's heads and stuff, the typical thing. Maybe I make their brownies burn, or steal their shoes.
Rude, Joey, rude.
Are you?
Oh, you know what though? The way that their faces are, you would laugh yourself sick if you were there.
Aw, those poor brownies.
Are you the reason why I suck at cooking, Joey? Is that your fault?
No, that's your fault.
No, that's
A piece
your
of candy appears from out of nowhere in Joey's hand, and he starts eating it.
That's okay. I'm right there with you.
Can I have?
So, the prince and the princess said that you guys should go to your room. Bram, I got it from here. Follow me, guys.
Oh, and Joey, I'm not sure if these two have been outfitted yet.
That's what's going to happen when the prince and princess talk to you, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So, I'm going to take you all to your... Well, some of you know where your rooms are. You guys can go off to your rooms. I'll take Red to her room.
What
And
is
then,
this?
You can get nice and clean. You can get freshened up. And then once they're all done crying and hemming and hawing and pretending like the rest of us don't know all their secrets with the prince and the baby and all of that kind of stuff, then
What?
I'll call you.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Thank you.
Go raise his eyebrows again. What?
Mhm.
Could Joey, after you show everyone else to their rooms, would you be willing to show me back to the place with the armor guy? I want to get some better armor. If that's-
Oh, well, you know what?
Oh.
I think right now you should, and he gets actually unaccountably serious.
Oh.
He says, I think right now you guys should go to your room and freshen up because as I understand, there's going to be a ceremony.
Is there gonna be food involved? Because I feel like we should like immediately say, "Oh, thank you, no."
Wait,
No,
Joey.
the ceremony is to celebrate you. I think you want to be there.
do we
No,
have,
no, no.
like,
Happy to be
formal
there.
wear?
Hmm?
Do we have formal wear in our rooms? Like,
I don't know. Go look. I'm not your valet.
You're a little small for that.
Excuse me. I could do anything I wanted. You just might not like it very much.
True.
Yeah.
I think that's true of everyone here.
Yeah, pretty
I think
much.
that's very fair. That's very so.
I start
right,
walking
so-
off towards my room and like, I don't need a valet.
All right, and he's like, "Okay, beautiful young fairy lady, follow me." And he turns around and he begins flitting off. You know, I would totally make a passage, but my wife would kill me.
I'd love to meet her someday.
No, you
thank her.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. And he leads you off to you go down the stone corridor. You each go off, and you all remember. You go down the stone corridor for a little ways, and at certain places it breaks off, and the corridors become more dirt-like. And off of this dirt-like corridor are different rooms, and each room is kind of tailored to the person who's in it. So, Lena, when you get to your room, you go in and you see it's a beautiful. Now, how they did this in a cavern under the ground, you don't know. It's a beautiful, almost like a underground glade with a small pool and a little waterfall coming down into it in one corner, and you would have to call it a bower. Really, that's what it looks like. It's a bower. Something
Okay.
beautiful. You've got a beautiful like woven hammock with flowers growing off the live vines and stuff, and you love this place. It's great. And when you go in, you do see your equivalent of formal wear there, which is basically huge buckets full of flowers for you to put everywhere.
Okay.
Okay, and then Malhavoc, when you get to your room, as you remember, once again, dirt corridor off of the stone corridor, it opens up, and your room becomes inexplicably stone again. And it's actually, it's weird because it's a room that makes you think of the bell tower at Notre Dame or something. It's beautiful Gothic level stonework. There is a bed that's actually pretty comfortable, especially for your slightly more stony self. And it's cut just in such a way that you can actually lay on your back if you want to with your wings.
I will kick back.
Yeah,
Oh.
and you do see that there is indeed a beautiful set of black velvet finery for you to change into, and your bathroom, your / shower, is actually one of those gargoyle water spouts going into a tub.
It's cool.
I mean, I'm into it.
Shauna, when you get to your room, as you go in, your room, when you first got there, your room was this beautiful little fairy bower. It was just so pretty, and it had fairy lights and leaves hanging down, and lots of greenery and flowers, and actually like a grassy carpet underfoot. But now that you've changed a little bit, it's like it's not quite sure what it is. So there's still fairy lights all over, and they're not just lights that are like sitting on the ceiling, but they're actually like just floating in the air. So it's like the whole ceiling is covered with light, with like little pinpricks of light that light up this room. But this room now, the grassy carpet looks more like moss, like a dark moss, a lichen that would be somewhere in a dark place. The flowers are still there. They're beautiful, but they're like purple and black orchids and gorgeous. There's black roses. There's dark blue roses. There's purple daffodils and stuff. Just strange mix of flowers that don't normally come in those colors. And the purple and black orchids actually glow.
Ooh, that's cool.
So, and then they kind of surround a little bower, which once again leaves rooms for your wings and stuff like that. But this bower, as you look at it, it's carved from bone.
Okay.
With the moss and the lichen that's on the carpet there, kind of climbing up onto the sides of it. So it's soft, but it's bone.
That's okay. I got a little goth in me.
There you go.
Don't we all?
Okay, and so finally the last one, as they all split off, finally Red, you're left alone with Joey, who has been talking nonstop this whole time about just gossip. Stuff that you have no idea what it even really means and stuff. And finally he says, okay, here we are. Go in, get cleaned up. There should be something nice for you to wear. There might be a snack or two, but they'll be coming for you pretty soon. And I would say until you're a little more familiar with the area, it might be wise not to leave your room till they come get you, because not everyone here is safe, if you know what I mean.
I can assume so. Yeah. At this point, I feel like that's kind of where everybody's at.
Seely on the Seely.
That said, because I haven't really met you, I've heard you talk a lot, but I haven't really met you. How, without sounding rude, how do we know you're safe?
Oh, I'm not.
Great.
I'm
That's
not.
how I know.
I'm what they call. I'm a hybrid, you see. My da, he was a leprechaun. My ma, she was a fairy. So I got the luck, and I got the mouth, and I got the flightiness all in one.
Relatable.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Awesome.
you know what I didn't get? You know what I didn't get? The ability to find the gold at the end of the rainbow. Fucking dad.
How is that not immediately inherited on either side? Because fairies like gold too.
I know, but they can't find it that way. They have to like work for it, I guess, or something.
Bummer.
Anyway. So no, nobody's here. I mean, we're Fae.
Yeah.
Nobody here is really safe. Nobody here is all good or all bad.
That's true of
Some are
anybody.
more Seely, some are more unseely. I myself leaned more towards the Seely side of things, which is why I'm here helping you today. But it's funny. I've heard stories, some of the fairy stories that the mortals tell, and they're just such a crock because the fairies are all so cute and so sweet and so nice, and we're not like that at all. We're
Depends how
tricky.
deep down the rabbit hole you go. I mean, if you start with Disney, yeah, you're gonna get those Tinkerbell. If you go down like Grimm fairy tales and things like that, that's when you get a little more
Grimm. He was a Fae touched.
that makes all the sense in the world.
It does, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Anyway, go on in, get changed, get dressed, get nice. And I'll be seeing you soon. Well, maybe they might send somebody else a little more stick in the mud. and Formal for picking you up for this, but I should see you at the party.
Great. Nice meeting you, Joey. I appreciate your honesty.
There you go. And he opens the door off this little dirt corridor, and your room.
Is anybody
Okay.
else hearing the echo?
Yes.
I think it's Shauna has not put herself on mute.
Sorry.
There you go.
Oh, that was weird. Sorry, guys.
I've
No worries,
had that
no
happen so
worries.
many times.
All right. So you go in,
Yeah.
and it opens, and you've never seen anything so breathtakingly beautiful in your whole life. Much like Shauna's room, it's lit by a series of just what seemed like 1,000 will-o-wisps, or the little fireflies or something. But they're not. They're not bugs. They're just little lights that are floating in the air and moving through the room. And everywhere they go, they emit this warm, beautiful little bit of light. And so it's like sparkles and stars, and the whole room is just magically lit. And as you walk in, you realize that unlike Shauna's room, where it was moss and lichen and green growing things, yours is not about green growing things. Yours is about textures and colors. And the floor is covered with like a carpet, but it doesn't look like a carpet. But your feet sink in, and it is so soft. You just kind of want to stand there and let your toes do this in it, because it just feels so nice. And there's silk, or you're not sure what kind of fabric. I mean, it's fairyland, but there's these sheer, beautiful, slightly shiny, opalescent fabrics just fluttering around the walls, of beautiful colors, reds and golds and stuff, much like your hair right now, except some of the colors you've never seen in the mortal world. I mean, they're beyond what we have here. There's a bower, a bed that's like a couch, that's carved so intricately, but it's small for you, and so it's actually raised up a little ways so that you can actually survey the whole room from there, if you want to, since you have wings.
Or cat perch.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of up on the side, and you can see that there's all kinds of little things behind one floating curtain. There's what's clearly a bathing area, but it's like a Grecian tub, only this big, that's sunk with the water. When you get closer, you can see that there's what look like little gold nozzles all the way around it, just kind of pouring water in, and it smells so good, like there's some sort of a scented oil. And the tapestries and the floaty fabrics and stuff, every time that they move with your movement or the wind or the flap of your wings, it's like your wings make the room come alive. Every time you fly, they move. And when you don't, they get still. So it's like the room responds to you. And behind each little part, there is something different that's beautiful to look at. There's, a wardrobe. There's art. There's a kitchenette. It's just like it's a beautiful little apartment of soft flowing things and squishy things and bright colors and hard shiny metals and cut glass that sparkles off these glittering lights. If you said fairy room, you would there it would be. And you go in and you see that there is a very tiny set of clothing that's a beautiful diaphanous satin gown in vibrant red, waiting for you to change. Shauna, in your room, there's also a beautiful gown for you to change into, but yours is actually not diaphanous, and it's not velvet like Chris's outfit. Yours is a mix. One side of it is a dark scaled leather that comes down like a leather dress, but it's only half of it. And the scales, as you go to put it on, you realize they're the scales of something real there that it lived at one point.
Oh God, please don't be dragon scales, but it's so cool. But please don't be
Yeah.
real dragon. But it's
Yeah.
so cool.
And but the other half of the gown is actually white.
Interesting.
And that half of the gown seems to be made from not velvet, not, it's satin. Beautiful. So you've got leather and satin, scales and smooth with gold embellishments and stuff. And it's funny because they're so different. You would think it would look really strange, but the way that it's made or magicked or whatever it was makes it actually kind of work together. Like this is how it should be.
When did they have time to make these for us? Did they get my measurements somehow?
Somehow,
Ooh.
but they are magical, so you never know. Anyway, after a bit of time, you guys relax, you change, you bathe. Oh, you bathe. In each case, all four of you, the water just feels like heaven. Oh my God. Because it's just the right temperature for whatever it is that you like at that moment. And when you get out and you step out, you don't need a towel to dry off. It's like as soon as you step out of the little bathing area, you dry off. You get the chance to change into your beautiful clothing and
Wait.
flowers.
Are we in the box?
No. No, but it's similar kind of a thing. It's magic. I mean,
It really feels like we're in the box.
we're in the box, except that there's no food. Mhm.
I was gonna
Probably
say,
thrilled.
I did say this was a game about wish fulfillment.
yes.
So, eventually, after a little bit of time, and you guys were relaxed, and your mortal bodies are starting to go, we're a little hungry right now, but there's nothing there. And each of you get a knock on your door.
1 minute.
To showtime. Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm
Thank you, 1
opening
minute.
the door. Sure.
Okay. Lena, outside the door, you see it's another dryad. And he is standing there. He's clearly belongs to like an oak tree or something,
Okay.
because the way that he is a little bit more like a scrub oak, tough and gnarled and not tall and slender and beautiful, but like nothing's gonna blow this over.
Sturdy.
Sturdy.
Okay. Got it.
Hardwood, as they say.
I'm not going there.
Whoa!
Oh, come on.
So tempting.
Exactly. Right.
Listen, we got time.
There you go. There you go. So, and he says, "My lady, I have been joyfully tasked with the quest to bring you in for the celebration." And he offers
see.
one barky, craggy arm.
I will loop my arm through that craggy arm. Sure.
Okay. And he leads you, just giving little small talk. Is clear that this guy's had some training as a courtier.
Mhm.
And he leads you off back to the throne room.
It's probably clear that I have not.
So, but yeah, just some small talk as you head there, and you get to the throne
Smile and
room,
nod. Smile and
and
nod.
you see that it is indeed very full of all of these strange things, more than you even when you guys arrived, and that there are two people on the thrones now.
Do I recognize these two people?
Well, you recognize the prince. Now, when you got brought here, did you swear to the prince or the princess?
I'm pretty sure it was the prince because the princess is unseelie, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And so they're both there. You recognize the prince. The other throne, there's this beautiful, very dark woman, but just as beautiful as the prince, only dark, which means she's likely the princess. And sitting on a very small throne in between them is the fairy boy that you rescued. You guys rescued.
Aw, so cute.
Mhm. All right, Shauna, knock at your door.
Crash bang. Like, 1 second. Like try and put the dress on, probably put it on wrong, get a little stuck, and then go and open the door as long as I'm decent. Be like, help me.
And what you see out there is somebody who looks like nothing so much as a vampire.
Oh, cool. Okay.
He's tall, very pale, very handsome, but when he smiles at you, there are no fangs. So you're not really sure what he is. But he's
So do I
pale
call you
and
Edward or
tall.
Jacob?
He's like, you call me late for dinner. And he offers his arm.
Wait, will you help
Shall
me
we?
just this little thing right here? Because I don't know what it is.
Certainly. And he
Thank
turns you around and
Awkward.
it's so fast. It's like shoop, 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 and everything's like just right. And it's like, how do you know how to do that? How many women has he put in dresses?
Or maybe this
Or
is
take
his
'em off.
dress
Or
and
take 'em
I'm
out.
borrowing it.
Or maybe he wears dresses himself. Who knows? I mean, so
Thank
and
you.
he turns around and he says, "Shall we?"
Okay.
And giggling just like that.
Yeah, turning
He
probably
leads you down the
bright
hall
red.
as you're turning like purple
Very awkward.
and giggling. And he's like,
Yep. That's about right.
he keeps looking at you like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right.
This is a first for me. Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. Well, it will be fine. And he leads you off, this very pale-skinned, dark-haired man, into the throne room where you see the same things that I said, and you do see that Jody has also just arriving. Chris, you make your person wait for a few moments, huh? What do you do during that 2 minutes?
I make sure everything's looking good until I've got like 1 or 2 buttons left, and then I'll open the door,
Uh-huh.
and then I'll stand there and just be like,
Bond. James Bond.
"All right."
Okay, standing outside the door, you have no idea if it's male or female.
Nice.
And it's certainly not as big as you would normally think, but it looks an awful lot like a dragon, only smaller. It's only about 20 feet long to fit in this corridor.
"Hello there."
And it says, "Hello, I have the honor of taking you to the throne room."
Wait, is this like a ride on the dragon sort of deal, or are we walking?
We're walking.
Okay. And
And it says, it leans in
Hey.
and says, "Nobody rides me without my express permission."
and I wouldn't have. I just wanted to know what we were doing.
One eye that's about as big as your hand turns and looks at you, and then turns and looks back and starts leading off down the corridor.
And I will walk. So, what should I call you?
I am called.
Oh God.
Oh, no.
Oh no, we broke Tanya.
Oh.
You're just fucking with me.
Wait,
Right?
what?
Your name is Grim?
Yes, the brothers Grimm named me right
Okay.
before I ate them.
Rude.
Is that with an I or a Y?
It's with an I. Are you stupid?
If I were stupid, I wouldn't be inquiring about the spelling of your name. Now, would I?
Oh,
Says, "I like
oh,
you.
man.
You're feisty." So, shut up. Let's get there. And then he goes on.
Shut up.
I had already
You got the
stopped
one.
talking.
Amazing.
And it starts.
I like
moving
you
in the
too, Grim.
corridor.
Don't eat me.
You see the tail, because it's kind of passed
Hey.
you up now. The tail lashes just a little bit, you finally you get to the throne room, and you lead in and you see Shauna and Jody in there, and each of them is standing next to another fae. Jody's standing next to another clearly a dryad. Looks like an oak tree. And Shauna's standing next to somebody who looks like a vampire, but not really. Not like the vampire you guys met before, not like Dracula. But,
Guy owe me money?
mhm.
Probably not.
Yeah.
That guy.
And as you walk
They all
into the
are.
room, the dragon takes a step in front of you, and then all of a sudden, it shrinks and becomes this quite lovely woman.
Aha.
And turns to you and says,
Oh no.
"Oh no, they are not here." And you realize her voice is still kind of raspy like it was as a dragon. It doesn't change to a nice smooth voice when she changed. It changed. You're not really sure.
They.
Hey.
And
Yeah,
says,
you're gonna,
They
you're gonna
they,
say that they. Yeah.
They.
Until I'm instructed
no way.
otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Says, "No, this is about you guys."
In that case, I will step up, turn, very, very courtly,
Mm-hmm.
and I will bow to Grim,
Mm-hmm.
and then I will continue for 2 steps, and then I'll be like, I'll offer my arm
To Grim.
to Grim.
Okay. Grim will reach out and take it, and it's clear that Grim, theirself, has had some courtly training. Now, why they didn't use it for you in the hallway, you don't know. But at this point, they seem to be being really good. They curtsy back, put their hand on your arm, and move on in. All right, Red. Ah, there you go. Party clothes, party clothes.
I didn't have a red version, and I was like, perfect.
Ah, that's okay. You know what? It's still party clothes. All right. So after you've been getting ready, you took a, oh, that felt so good. That little tiny bathtub. You realized that one of the things made steam, and it was so nice. And the sparkles, your pixie dust. Every time it hit a water droplet, the water droplet would float just a little bit.
Ha!
And stuff. So you had kind of had like a fizzy bath, even though you didn't try for that.
LaCroix bath.
Yeah, exactly. And so as you know, there's a knock on the door once you're finally ready.
Hold 1 second. 1 second. Okay. Man, I wish I had an actual crown. All right. Yeah. Let's go. I'll open the door.
Okay, remember that statement.
I wish I had a crown.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Looks over at various crowns.
As you open the door, on the other side, you see the fairy prince,
Now I really wish I
the
had a
one that
crown.
you rescued, the one you rescued, and he holds out his arm,
I'll
and he
take
smiles at you.
it. This is really embarrassing. I never got your name.
That's because I never gave it, because it's not wise to do. But you can call me Rodin.
Rodin.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Well, you can call me
Shall we?
Red. We shall.
Okay. He takes your hand off of his arm, puts your hand in his hand, and then starts to fly. You keep up, and instead of walking down the corridor, the two of you fly down the corridor. And when you get to the throne room, which you remember because that's where you portaled into, and you get to the throne room, and as you go in, you see, wait a minute, he's also sitting on a chair. Oh, both thrones are now full. The prince, the guy that came running up to you guys and said, "My son," he's in one of the thrones. And with his blonde hair and his beautiful good looks and stuff. And next to him on the other throne is a woman who is as dark as he is fair, and she is also quite beautiful. And they're both there, and sitting on a tiny little throne between them, up on a little stand, is what looks like the prince that is holding your hand right now.
Yeah.
And as you get into the room, he says, "You'll be fine." And he lets go of your hand, and he flies over to the others. And as he gets close to the throne, the other prince stands up, and poof, all of a sudden it's Joey. And he goes and flits off, and he's like, "Yeah, I did my job." And the prince comes and he lands on the throne. And then the prince, it's
He had
weird, it's the prince and
stand-ins.
the prince and the prince and the prince. So one of them's the king, right? Versus the prince. So it's very confusing. But the actual prince, the tall, beautiful she-fae, you're pretty sure, stands again, and he looks at each of you. And he says, "I see we are missing 2 of the party.
Oh.
Well, they will get their appreciation in due time as well. You've rescued my son. There is nothing that matters to me more than save my princess. You've done the Fae realm a great service this day, all of you. And as such, you are in my debt. And I give each of you a favor."
Do you
You
mean
have to be called in.
debt, or are you in our debt?
That.
I said that I'm in your debt.
Okay.
I owe you each one favor. Now be careful, because the favor of a Fae prince is not something to be used lightly. You want to save it till the time when you are the most desperate or the most in need, because it is a powerful thing. And he does this. He blows like a kiss. It's like weird. He's like blows a kiss out to each of you, and you don't see anything, but it's like something hits you. And for just a moment, every little thing of your energy prickles, and then it fades away. And he says, "And now I am bound. I believe my lovely wife has something to say to you as well." And he turns and gestures to her, and he sits down. And she stands and she says, "You have brought me my son, my only child, the only one that we could have light and dark together. And he is both. When he becomes the king, he won't be summer and he won't be winter. He'll just be the king. And you have given us that gift. And as such, I give you a gift. That each of you," and she looks at each of you in turn, "each of you has free right to our realm, the realm of the Fae. Normally when mortals come here, we keep them so that they don't tell those who would harm us. The Fae blood who've sworn to us, we let go back and forth, but on our schedule. And as my gift, I give you free access, as if you were full-blood Fae, to our realm." And she comes forward. She stands up, the princess, and moves with this grace that you would never expect from anybody. You've never seen anybody that moves just so gracefully towards you. And as she gets to each of you, she leans up or down, depending on how big you are, and kisses your forehead. And you can feel it. It's not a burn. It's almost like a tickle, like a weird, like, for just a moment. And then she goes and she sits down. And when she said that, all of the people in this room, people I say loosely, all of these strange beings, gasped. And when the prince said, "I owe you each a favor," they all gasped. So clearly, this isn't something that happens very often. And as she sits back down, the young prince stands up in his whole, 6-inch height. And he says, "These are great gifts. My gifts are for the war, for the fights that you guys have done on my behalf and on this realm's behalf. And they are as unique as each of you are." And he starts with Chris. He looks at you and says, "Malhavoc, they tell me you are called. Man
Your
of
Highness.
stone, a fae of great strength. So I bring you a stone as well." And he gestures, and a guy who looks an awful lot like a minotaur, not like Alex, more like a full-on minotaur with the cow head and everything, comes over, and he's as tall as you are, and he offers you this bow. And the bow is clearly made from stone, not wood. And when you go pick it up, what is your strength, Chris?
18.
Okay. You can pick it up, but it's heavy. If your strength was less, this would be a hard bow for you to pull. And the prince says, "This is the stone heart. It has 10 charges. It fires, and I'm just gonna, he uses flowery language, but basically it's a +3, +3.
Plus
Whoa.
3 plus 3.
Right. Okay, it has 10 charges. It is unbreakable. And here are what you can choose to use the charges for. So each of you will want to have a pencil and paper to write these down. Okay? Okay, so
Ready?
here are the things that you can use those charges on. Meld with stone, stone shape, stone tell, flesh to stone, stone to flesh. That is the stone heart.
I'm honored.
Use it well.
And I bow.
And the Minotaur steps back and he gestures ahead. And then Jody. He says, "I understand you are called Lina."
I
That's
am.
what he says. The one who steps forward to you actually is somewhat smaller, not a giant minotaur, but actually somebody that looks an awful lot like maybe, like he's got a seal skin around his neck.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
and he holds out to you. It's a staff, and it's twisted and it's gnarled and it's knotted. It's not a pretty staff. And he hands it to you. While the
I'll
prince over his
accept it.
shoulder tells you, "This is the staff of life. Each day, for 3 times, it can do a cure moderate wounds. Each day, for 2 times, it can do a cure critical wounds. Once a week, it can do raise dead.
What?
And once a month, it can do a resurrection, as per the spell.
Yeah.
The
Whoa.
staff of life.
That's definitely a life staff. Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you very much. Myself and all of my friends will very much make use of this, I'm sure.
He laughs a little bit and he says, I kind of agree.
Hey.
And then he leans up to Shauna and he says, I believe you are called Tempest.
Yes.
Fitting for the coloring of your wings. And I hear that you surf both the Seelie and the Unseelie.
Yes.
So you will pardon me if my gift is a little more unseelie. And he
Oh, that's
smiles.
fine.
And then steps forward a smaller man with a red cap and very sharpened teeth. And he grins at you as he holds out a dagger in a sheath.
Okay.
And he says, this was my mother's at one point. It's called the Dagger of Silent Assassination. And to put it in technical terms, as he tells you what it does in flower language, I'm not going to go into, it is a +3 dagger.
Okay.
+3. Okay. On a natural 18, 19, or 20, it is an automatic kill.
Automatic kill?
It's a dagger of assassination.
Holy shit.
And because it is the dagger of silent assassination, when you are holding it unsheathed, it
Okay.
gives you a +2 on stealth checks.
I definitely need that.
Okay, so we have the Stoneheart, the Staff of Life, the Dagger of Silent Assassination. And then last, he turns to you, and for the one who truly saved me, I offer you this. And he flies over himself to offer it to you. And he looks at you full in the face and he says, all that time in that jar, when I seemed dead, I was aware. Watching beings go in and out, watching beings suffer and die, watching beings exalt, and it was hell. And when you all were going to leave, just like had happened for many, many, many years, you didn't. You broke the jar. You broke the spell. And for that, I will always be in your debt. You will always be a queen to me. And he hands you a crown.
Aw.
And he says, this is the crown of the sorceress.
Yes, you had one. Of course you
Yes,
had one.
Of course you had one. Oh, yeah. All right, the crown of the
She
sorceress.
said keep that in mind, so.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. The crown of the sorceress resets your sorcery points once per day as if it were a long rest. Basically, it doubles your sorcery points on any
Damn.
given day. So, basically, however many sorcery points you have, you get double every day. And as soon as you use up all of your normal sorcery points, it automatically recharges them that once per day. Okay? So, making you double. And then, but here's the other kicker. It's the crown of sorcery. All of your sorceress spells are cast at 2 levels higher than that level. These are all artifacts, you guys, if you couldn't tell.
Do I have to cast them? Like, I just have the crown, right? It's not.
Mhm.
I have to say I'm using the crown to cast.
So long as you're wearing it. If you're not wearing it,
Oh.
if something's happened or you've lost it, then
I'm
you
like,
can
I'm
say-
never taking this off. Are you kidding?
yeah, and stuff. Then no, you're gonna always cast them as if they're 2 levels higher. because it's the crown of the sorceress. So you're now the sorceress.
That's awesome.
Okay, and he goes and he flits back and he sits down and he says, and now we celebrate. And the prince himself stands up and he says, now we will win. It's the greatest gift of our kingdom has been returned. This deserves a celebration. And as he raises his hands, the whole hall fills with magic and sorry, things explode and lights flash and a party that you have never experienced before starts. And we're going to not dwell on the party a lot.
But there were
But
fireworks.
it's a party. There's food that doesn't taste like anything humans could ever make. There's explosions and lights and amazing things. There's magic tricks. There's jugglers. There's
Just real quick on the food front, we did just like make them not hurt us with food, right?
Yeah, so that whole us being able to come and go as we please, that means that we can actually eat food here?
yes, it does.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yay! Okay, I was.
Oh,
Good-
this
good
second
to know.
that is relayed. There's so much food going in this face.
Yeah. All the delicious food.
I've been living on my berries.
God, what a college student dilemma.
Yeah.
God.
I know, it's like eating yourself to stay alive. It's
America.
They're berries.
Merca.
Hey, never mind.
Yes.
Me.
Yes. Anyway, so the party goes. You guys have no idea how long the party goes. It maybe went for hours. It maybe went for days. Maybe it went for a year. You don't know because time is weird here.
Well, then we party down.
Oh hell
And the
yeah!
next
we party
morning,
down.
the next morning, and stuff. You guys all wake up very hungover, all of you, in your own beds at home.
Do I still have my crown?
It doesn't look like a crown.
Okay.
You guys look like your normal selves, but Chris, you've got your wallet. Lina, your staff doesn't look like a staff anymore. Actually, looks like a key,
Oh, a key
Like
to
a-
what?
like a wooden key for.
Oh, a
and-
wooden. Oh, cool.
And
Okay.
Shauna, your dagger right now
Mhm.
actually looks like just like a nice little labradorite necklace.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, and Ellie,
Yeah.
your crown right now, it actually looks like a little bow, like a little hair bow. They're coming back in fashion, maybe. And Chris, your bow, your beautiful stone bow, actually right now looks like a credit card.
Check to see if
Yeah.
it works. See how much is on it.
I might.
Right?
Yeah.
Just saying.
And all of you know that the things that you were told in the past that were your armor, what it looked like, the ascot and the wallet and the various things, that's what it looks like now. Ellie, you didn't have armor, but you had wings. You don't have wings right now, but you have a sense that there's other things here that you don't recognize. They're like, for instance, on your the side your bedside table and stuff, there's a little thimble. You're not sure what, but you didn't have it before, so you're not really sure what that is. You
At least
can
not there.
definitely feel like the crown, you can feel it, that it is the crown, but it looks like a bow, like a little clip-on hair bow. That is red. So it's kind of disorienting. You guys haven't been back to your houses for a while, and you realize as you look at the clocks and stuff that it's just the next morning from when you left.
Oh, my head.
And yes, you all have headaches, like hangovers. What was in that punch?
Oh,
Berry liquor.
Hey, alcohol, man. Jeez.
Yeah.
thank
first
God
thing,
for Advil.
First thing I'm doing is texting everyone. Just like, did that happen? Am I that hungover? What the like? Hold on.
That was a really weird dream.
As you say that, I'm like,
Yeah,
Huh.
exactly.
and there it is. Okay.
Was
This is the whole text thread now.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, did
Was
anybody have a really
real.
weird dream about being in the Fey world? Because like you were there and you were there and you were there. And you...
Oh, Ellie, no,
Oh, yeah.
that's true.
yeah, it's real. The only one who hasn't been brought from. What's interesting is so everyone in the D&D campaign is a part of this except for the DM. She's not been brought in, so I don't know if that means she doesn't have Fey blood or something, and we're drawn together.
Like of the two sides of your family, the person to have the Fey blood would be your mom.
Imagine, yeah. It's
Gotta
just-
say, yeah.
Makes sense to me.
God, Chris, talk to text, man. Talk to text.
The thing doesn't, for
uh,
being a voice actor, it doesn't really listen to me very well.
Should we hop on Zoom? I feel like we should hop on Zoom.
I can set that
Wait,
up.
are we talking in Facebook? Like, is this a Facebook
This is like a group
instant
chat.
message? Okay.
I don't know about you guys, but I don't have work today, so I'm up on Zoom.
Link, Shauna?
Yeah,
One
link with the link.
second.
Okay, get into my studio. Oh God! Oh,
Like,
do I have water?
there's
Oh, I
the
have water. Oh
There's the link.
God!
Water. Yay.
Yeah,
Keeping
exactly.
my camera off. I'm just too hungover.
You're like,
No
no,
one wants to see this in the morning.
Mm.
right? Me too. Oh God.
Right?
All right, link sent.
Thanks.
Welcome.
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh God. Okay, I gotta turn
Chris,
these
you
lights
don't
down.
need the login. You just need to click the link.
Yeah.
Ah,
Brain not functioning.
maybe I should have gotten coffee. Ah.
Man, out of the I think was it 3 or 4 times now that that's happened. I don't even remember anymore.
I haven't
Wow,
drank like that
God.
since I was like in my 20s.
Oh, we're talking about hangovers.
Oh.
Oh,
Well,
that was me
no, I
Sunday.
was-
I
night.
think it's what you were drinking, not how much you drank.
Yeah, because I didn't have very much.
Oh, I did.
I did. Chris and I were doing shots at the table.
You guys will notice that the drinks that you had at the Fae party tasted better than anything you've ever had in your life.
Yep. So now this water tastes gross.
Yep. It's like
does.
swamp water. What? Ugh.
So, so we all had the same dream experience, something, right?
This has happened to us before.
Yeah. It's not a dream. I mean, here, I'll pull this down so you can see my massive scar from the javelin that skewered me. Yeah,
Jesus.
it's definitely not a dream.
Okay.
Like my new wallet and my new
Nice.
credit card.
My dog is a blink dog now.
I wonder if my cats are anything interesting.
Oh.
She's just licking herself. I don't think so.
But Ellie,
Yeah.
it's like your cat is listening and you know it. They're listening.
I got it. Oh no. Oh. So
And
you
my
said
cat-
that. I got to describe. Gaby, one of my cats, looked up and went.
Oh no, the tongue
The
out. lip.
tongue. Oh no.
Timing.
And my little Gwen is just asleep.
Yep. Okay.
No
so
pets here.
if this has happened before, then
Mm-hmm.
you got.
Not for me.
Okay, good. I'm not alone in this. You guys didn't tell me
No.
anything about this before. I feel a little
No,
FOMO,
brand new for me.
right?
Well, repetition creates understanding of reality, I guess. Oh God, my head.
I don't know what he's saying.
Um,
So the time were you just like called back, or do we have like full reign of the realm? How do we bounce?
Well, I don't
How-
know. I haven't
Yeah.
tried it. Before, I would just sit down and get ready to get on the stream, and all of a sudden, whoosh.
Yeah. It was and it was always random. There was never really like the first time it happened for me, and you can say what it was like for you and for you, Jody, as well. But it was like I was just at my desk and I had my dog with me and I was just giving her some scritches and suddenly it was like I was pulled backwards into this weird thing and then all of this shit started to happen.
Yes,
I
backwards.
just ended up on my ass in the warehouse. That was.
That's true. That's true.
We had a big fight in a warehouse with angels, and
that
then
was
demons showed up.
Thank God they did though.
We had a whole supernatural fight and I wasn't even there.
Yeah, we didn't have any control over it.
Yeah, it's not like we could do much.
It was bad. It was a bad scene. I screwed up big time.
You do.
I think we all did.
I threw explosive dice at an archdemon and archangel.
I got their attention.
I said, "Hey,
Saved our lives."
hey, dicks," or something like that, and
So you did have a supernatural fight.
yeah, but I almost died.
But you didn't.
Like,
But did you
I
die?
died.
But did you die?
No, because I
See?
ran. Well,
Wow.
flew.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had to get out of there or he would
That's how I figured out I could do healing, actually.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
Can we do anything like just like what would I cast on a hold on. What would I cast here? I've got to die. Gonna think if I can remember any of the spells that I held on to in my brain. You know what? I don't need to die for this. I think I'm just going to see if pretty lights happen. Dancing lights.
And sure enough, dancing lights appear before you.
Oh, that's so cool.
Okay,
And
so
they're really pretty. And knowing them that they're your lights, they're very rainbow colored.
Okay.
Wait, are you telling me I could resurrect someone?
Oh my god! Oh no! Oh,
Holy
do not let
shit.
the world know you can do that.
Jody, you're gonna become a cult leader.
No.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm not going to try that. No.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do though? I'm gonna be the shithead who gets my Magic Castle membership immediately.
Oh, dude, I can
You'll
use
have to pay
that
dues.
I have telekinetic powers.
I'm just saying, like, we could all go into the castle, get our memberships, and not have to pay. Well, no, I think we'll stop. Anyway,
I mean, sounds good. I have ways in, but yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Hey,
But that doesn't
even
mean-
a simple, cure wounds, like that would be super cool
I'm
on
gonna do
any
that
occasion.
Dude,
Oh my
the
God,
next
wait.
time I sprain my ankle, that Chris hurts his shoulder, that Eddie
Or
we're
like-
going to you.
Yeah,
Arm, oh my god.
How useful would that be? Yes.
that'd be
Very.
yeah. Shit.
Um,
So, I guess something that we should figure out is how to keep ourselves from going completely batshit crazy with this and bringing it too much into the mortal world. Because I don't know how people would be affected by that.
well,
Oh,
here's the thing that we really have to keep in mind. There is a war happening.
Yeah.
A literal war with supernatural forces that we are helping to fight.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I wonder if this means that now that we've been given the permission, like treated as if we're full blood fae, if we will run into these things outside of when we're being asked to do a mission.
Quite possibly.
Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's
Now-
really bad.
Now, I don't know about the rest of you, but I have done a lot of weapon training, sword fighting, knife fighting, that kind of thing. I'm thinking we should probably practice,
Yeah.
and maybe here isn't the best place to do that.
On Zoom?
Unless
No,
you have a
absolutely not.
teleport spell.
Could use
We have
our
free
ability
reign.
to go
We
back
can
in
go
Oh my
back.
god! If we have teleport spells, we can go to anywhere in LA without having to drive.
or find parking. Sorry.
Oh my god!
Sorry. Got it. That would be amazing.
Priorities, guys, priorities.
You're the sorcerer.
Ever again, or have to pay for
We could go to so many
Archery.
celebrity parties.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, that'd be amazing. Okay.
The
But
amount
yeah.
of things I would do with a teleportation spell
Yeah.
would not benefit much of the world.
yeah. Yeah.
So I'm suggesting we figure out how to get back, so we know how to do this.
Right.
Well, and then also maybe figure out how to get back and maybe a way to control where we
Yes,
set ourselves.
exactly. Because I wasn't given a manual. I don't know about the rest of you.
Nope.
Nope.
I was just given copious amounts of alcohol,
Yep.
Or a
whatever
Fey
that
equivalent
was.
of.
Yes.
Mind is mush. Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm sure they have a curative there, or Jody, you got anything that can help a hangover?
You know, you'd think. I don't know. I wonder if the good berries help with that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't grow them on your person, but maybe you can just like, I don't know, point at
Create
a
them?
house plant or something.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I wish I had like a hangover spell. That would be cool.
I
That would be
mean,
amazing.
I feel like that a good berry would cure a hangover. But like any minor healing
Yeah.
in theory.
Poison.
Oh yeah, cure poison.
Yeah, cure poison. That
That would definitely do it.
That's a pretty big spell though for a hangover.
You don't know how much my head hurts.
yeah. Tell that. To your
I'm
brain.
wondering if the channel divinity is the way to go in that one.
Well, either way, we've got to be in the same place.
Well, yeah.
I'm gonna
I
feed
can't
my
really
cat.
help you where you are.
God, Chris, you live so far away from all of us. And yeah, also Jody's in Canada.
Well,
Yeah.
I wonder if
Hard for me to send a better head spell to you
So we're gonna
over
have to-
Zoom.
So we're gonna have to go back.
See, I said mind mush.
Yes. Yes.
I like better head spell.
That. I'm gonna feed Gwen, and I'll be back in like 10 seconds.
Okay.
Just give me. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't have teleport. I wish I did. Maybe I can learn it next time around. Do I have the books? I swear I grabbed books and went mine.
yeah, I think everything happened so quickly afterwards. I was gonna ask him a bunch of questions and try and get some information and
But here's the thing.
work out, but I didn't get the chance because I was distracted.
Right, but like, listen, I woke up with this bow in my hair and I know exactly what it is. It is not a bow. And I've got a thimble over here that I happen to know ain't a thimble. So what if we like looked around our rooms and said, hey, that's not what the thing we think that right. So like that's the thing that's not usually there. Maybe it's a different thing. So maybe I do have those books.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Keys.
That was a lot of headbutts.
Oh.
Okay. She was very happy. Anyway.
Aw. Aw.
Very
um,
sweet.
Yeah.
Did she
okay.
slowly blink at you?
Oh, she always does that.
She's
She's very sweet.
I'm
She-
looking at my books. I'm trying to see if there's anything that wasn't there before.
Mm.
And yeah, actually, there's several books, and when you look at them and they're like Georgette Heyer, and they look like normal old paperbacks until you touch them, and you're going, those aren't my books, and you touch them, and all of a sudden they look to you like they looked in the library.
Ha 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 ha.
very cool.
Ha ha ha. Okay, we're gonna see if we've got anything teleportation in here.
Right. Okay, so I'll look around my room.
You know what? Give me just a moment too. I'll be right
Cool.
back.
Okay, as you were looking around your room, Chris, what things did you have on yourself from the castle? I mean, you guys had some things from Garland. You had some things from the library.
I had the map book.
Mm-hmm.
I had actually given Ellie one of my daggers.
Yes. I believe that's my thimble.
Oh, okay.
I could be incorrect though.
The bag ring thing.
Oh yeah, I've got the ring of free motion,
Okay, that's what it was for me.
and I've got 2 bows. So I've got my wallet and the credit card. I kind of want to give the other bow back because I feel like somebody else could use it. And I've got my dice
Your
bag.
explosive dice. Okay, as you look around, you realize that there is a book on your nightstand that it's like The Grapes of Wrath. Why would you have that? You don't own that book, and
No.
when you go to pick it up, and you realize as you touch it that to you now it looks like what it looked like before, and it is indeed the map book.
Huh. Okay. So there's that. But free reign was that kiss on the forehead. So maybe it's part of us?
Maybe we all just have to kiss each other on the forehead and go.
No, I'm saying maybe we need to look within.
What if we just booped?
It could be a visual thing that we have to think about in our mind.
Ellie, when you do that, she disappears from your Zoom.
Oh shit!
She touched
Well,
right where she was kissed.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Do we have to do the noise too? Because didn't she say boofed?
Boop.
Boop. Boop. Okay.
Okay, Chris, as you touch your forehead, you disappear from the Zoom.
Okay, now it's just me. God damn it. Wait,
Oh.
I can't. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we were trying to figure out how to do the the teleport thing,
Yeah.
and Ellie touched her forehead and she vanished. So I'm guessing that means that it worked.
Wait,
If you
okay,
wanna
so we
try-
can't touch our forehead now? What the hell?
like right here, and she said boop. So maybe you have to say boop too. I don't know, but could be worth it. Well, Chris didn't make
Boop? Are you
Right,
kidding me?
Jody, you disappear from the
Okay.
Zoom.
Oh shit! Do I have
That
to
leaves
say?
only you.
It's so lovely in here. Okay, hold on. Before I do that, I'm going to grab. I'm grabbing this, and I'm going to grab. Okay, I have the dagger necklace thing. I'm gonna grab my gloves this time. Lilith, come here. I'm gonna grab you. You're gonna come with me. Okay, she's not gonna come. I can't leave them for too long. Okay. Holy shit, this sucks. Okay. I got this. I'm gonna grab a bag. And then I'm gonna boop my forehead and see if it works.
And sure enough, you disappear from the Zoom, and the Zoom is left empty. But
Goodbye.
all of the rest of you are now back in your rooms in the Fey Realm.
It worked. I'm really tempted to do it again, but I kind of don't want to give myself whiplash of going back and forth and back and forth.
Wait, so does that mean that we can't touch our forehead, or do we have to
Okay,
say
when you
boop
do
at the
that-
same time?
When you do that, Jody,
Yeah.
you disappear back into your normal human house.
I can't touch my forehead. Okay.
What happens if someone kisses your forehead?
I know. This is okay.
That's someone else. That's
Like,
different.
I don't have to say boop. I don't have to do anything.
No, just touch where she kissed you. Specifically where she kissed
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. I guess I'm not washing my face too thoroughly. Like, what the hell?
you. Yep.
I wonder if it's just skin to skin. Like, what if you put on face washing gloves?
Yeah, a washcloth.
Yeah.
You'd be fine.
This is
We're
way
not
too
even in the
much
same
thought.
room. We're just I'm just
Way
thinking.
too much thought when I'm hungover.
Yeah, you guys are not in the same rooms anymore, but if one of you who thinks that can certainly try it.
I'll grab a towel or something out of my room, and just. Nah.
Does not go.
Yes. Great. Okay. All right. Cause yeah, I wash my face a lot.
Never being able to take
Oh,
makeup off would suck.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're all here in your beautiful beautiful or foreboding or however it is that they're decorated for
I
your
would
sense
go
of-
back.
room. So you're going back to your home? You went back to the fairy realm again?
To the fairy realm again.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. You're back at the fairy realm. And you realize that in the mortal realm, not really very much time had passed. For all this time you were in the fairy realm. So clearly their time does run very separately from ours.
Huh.
All
And
right.
then, as you're standing in your rooms, you hear the strangest thing. It's probably an alarm, but it doesn't sound like the kind of alarms you're used to. The or it's not like that. Instead, it's a long, high-pitched whistle. That, for some reason, it's just a whistle. You can hear the whistle, but there's an emotional sense that's attached to it somehow magically that makes you understand that they're under attack. And that's where we're going to leave it tonight.
Oh,
Here? Wow. They're
I am
growing
between-
balls of steel is all I could say.
Seriously.
Well, there was a betrayer.
that's true. But the
Mhm.
prince should have been able to tell them who it was because he said he knew. God damn it.
Yeah.
Was the prince
Yeah.
the betrayer?
Well, maybe.
Yep, but maybe
Always the hot
you
guy.
know, are they attacking here? Are they attacking somewhere else? And it just whoever sent the alarm, it says it's there here. You don't know. You've never experienced this before. But
I
there is an
grab all my
alarm.
weapons and run.
So
Yep.
we leave you all on a
Yep.
cliffhanger. Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
There we go. So you all have an artifact. You're all level 5 now.
Mm-hmm.
All got to go up a level. And you all have the ability to go for the very first time since we started this game, however long ago that was, the ability to go back and forth at your will, not theirs.
We lost Tanya.
We lost
I
Tanya.
missed you. You said however long that what?
Aw. I'm right here. Can you hear me?
We
Now
can
you're back.
now.
we can.
Now you're
Yes.
back.
Okay.
Give us
weird.
that again.
Oh, it says my internet connection is unstable, so I guess it's good that
Oh,
we...
shit.
We're
timing.
ending.
Good time.
Yeah.
So what was that last bit?
Yeah.
I said it's good we're ending because my internet connection is unstable.
Before that.
Before that.
Well, because, yeah, you don't know. You've never experienced this before. But the first time in the entire year we've been playing this game, you guys can actually go back and forth at will instead of having to wait for them to call you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Not ending up on my ass somewhere I wasn't expecting to be would be really good.
I mean, not that still couldn't happen.
I'm sure it could. I do not rule anything out.
Yeah, can and likely will. And also, something that's interesting, Ellie.
Yep.
Everybody else had to swear to the prince or princess, but they didn't make you do that.
And I got a crown.
And you got a crown. So it's like, what's going on there? Anyway, questions
Ellie's gonna
next
become
time.
the queen of the Fey realm.
You're damn right. We've got goals, baby.
Yes. Maybe not. Maybe there's something else coming for you. Who knows? But
I'm
we will
not,
find
I'm not the
out
next
more.
queen or princess. I'm actually the next Baba Yaga. Let's go.
There you go.
Oh,
I'm
Well,
secretly
I
a
mean-
troll.
The princess was a terrible, evil sorceress. I mean, she's completely unseelie. So stranger things have happened. Anyway,
I'm
that's
just
all
glad
for next game.
everybody liked the dress. This is the first time I've worn this. I forgot I had it until I was like, do I have a red one? No.
Yeah.
Because I love rainbows. I love that. Now, is the chain attached to the dress, or is that a
This?
separate necklace?
No, it's
Yeah.
a completely different necklace.
Okay, that's really cool too.
Hey,
yep.
That's really cool.
I own a lot
Incredible.
of rainbow.
Which means that you're perfect for this particular game. All right, everybody, we're going to let you go and say goodnight, and we love you. And tune in next week to see what happens next.
Dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
So you wander and search and you dream and you talk
Look for the key that might someday unlock all the answers you need while there's time on the clock. I hope you survive till you